So, hello everyone, and thank you for listening to this Alchemy Activism live video. And I am doing this because loads and loads of energy has come up this weekend around Trump. And alchemy is the most powerful energy shifting technique that I know. It has really transformed my life and my reality, and I suddenly had this deep calling and understanding that part of our activism, part of our political transformation is alchemy. I really would like to do a disclaimer and say that this is not to replace the incredible action energy that is happening, such as the protests. It is not about you not taking action as a consumer, as a voice, as an activist in your life to create change. But this is about inner activism, which can support the external things that are happening, and it supports it in a massive way. I cannot communicate to you how much transformation I have seen in my own life since I have been using alchemy basically as a manifestation tool to change my life. And I know that we can also apply it to the collective energy. And so I'm going to teach it to you. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Katie, and I am from Starlight. And so alchemy is basically the transformation process, the female transformation process of the earth. It is when we it is when the earth takes dead leaves and takes them into the earth and transforms them from something that is dead, from something that is heavy, from something that is old, and converts them back to pranic energy, and then plant energy and life force energy. And because we are of the earth, we have natural alchemy processes within us. So our bodies are alchemists. Nothing comes into our bodies and comes out the same. And this is also true of our emotional bodies, of our auras. Our auras are natural alchemists, and we can invite change through the alchemy of our auras. And the change that we invite into our aura comes from our deep subconscious. When I use alchemy as a manifesting tool, I use it to work on things that I don't necessarily have in my consciousness, to work on things that are very, very deep inside of my subconscious. Our subconscious is like a sponge, especially when we're children. It just absorbs loads of information about the world, and it doesn't necessarily have the discernment that our consciousness has. So it just absorbs ideas from television, from newspapers, from our parents, from school, from other kids, from our DNA, from our family's heritage, from our past lives. And it stores all of these beliefs. I like to think of the subconscious as like an attic with loads of ideas hanging around in it. And so basically your subconscious is holding loads of energy and loads of ideas and loads of beliefs. And I have learnt through my own manifesting journey that sometimes I have beliefs in my subconscious that are nothing to do with what I consciously believe. So I have done a lot of work on the divine feminine. I run women's circles and womb circles. And it is amazing. The minute you start going in to the womb, the minute you start going into the subconscious, you start to realize that hanging out in your subconscious is all sorts of things, like maybe your period is dirty, or women are the weaker sex. And this isn't stuff you believe on a conscious level. This is stuff that you've absorbed from society, but is still hanging out in your vibration, hanging out in part of you, and still manifesting for part of your reality. And when you clear this stuff, then you make room for real change to happen, for real conscious manifestation to happen. And I really, in this video, do not want to get into whether you think Trump is a good thing or a bad thing. I think we have already seen this weekend very amazing things happen because of this man coming into power. The women marching all over the world is amazing. Whatever you think of his politics, that is not what this video is about. What this video is about is what has been triggered within you as an individual. Because what I have learnt about working with the subconscious is that your subconscious is shown to you through what you see in the physical world. And so whatever you are seeing happen politically, we have in our subconscious. And I believe that this is an opportunity for us to purge our subconscious of all of the stuff that we have collected as society, collectively, all over the world from the past 2,000 years. Nationalism, sexism, cult of celebrity, maybe most importantly, being victims to our leaders, believing that once we have voted someone in, we are completely at the mercy of them. And I am really not saying that anybody has this in their consciousness. But we do have it in our subconscious. That's why it's still a reality on the planet. That's why some of our brothers and sisters have voted for it. And it is time for it to be purged. And alchemy is one of the tools that we can use to purge it. The beautiful thing about this kind of activism is you're changing it at the core. You're changing it on an energetic level. You're changing it on the inside. And I repeat, I am not saying that you shouldn't take action. Stand up for what you believe in. Use the incredible power of your voice to stand for equality, to stand for peace, to stand for feminism, to stand for whatever your heart believes in. And take those actions. But when we only change things on the outside, all we are doing is changing the wrapping paper. And that's why this stuff rears its head time and time and time again over history. That's why fascism and nationalism and sexism keeps rearing its head, because we haven't changed it at the core of our values, at the core of our own beliefs and ideas. And that's why this kind of work is a really powerful form of activism, and a really, really precious form of activism. And the other amazing thing about alchemy is you can use it for emotion. And so any emotional reality that you're feeling, you can apply this very simple technique to, and make yourself feel better, and make your vibration higher, and change the way you're feeling, which means you can think more clearly about the actions that you want to take, that you can think more, you can come from a heart place instead of from a fear place or an emotional place, which isn't going to have you in your power anyway. And so all you really do with alchemy is you honor the energy that something has. It's about letting go of the story, letting go of the emotion, and simply seeing how much energy your feeling has, or your belief system has. What we're going to do is we're going to actually use the emotions as portals to take us into our subconscious to see what is there. And don't feel bad about having something that is there. You probably picked it up from a cartoon, or maybe you picked it up from a parent or a grandparent. All of these ideas really are about keeping us safe or keeping us part of the world. It's just that they don't serve us anymore. And so I encourage you to be brave and invite up ideas and beliefs as well as emotions. And it really is a very, very personal process. You can apply it anytime. The best time to apply it is when you're feeling emotional, when you're feeling heavy. And what you do is you bring up all of the emotion and then anything in your subconscious into your aura, into the energy around your aura. And you flood your aura with this. And then your aura just starts to do its natural alchemy process. I will assist this time by inviting the energy of Mother Earth up into the aura as well. She can help. And all of this energy is transformed into prana. It's converted back to pure energy, and you will feel it. The best thing about alchemy is it's something that you really feel, you really experience the shift in your consciousness, in your vibration, in your physical body. While it's happening, it can be quite emotional. You can feel a bit sick as well, because it's almost like a chemical thing that happens on your consciousness. So it's like chemistry. And so it can make you feel a tiny, tiny bit sick, but that's a really good sign. It means it's working. And I promise you afterwards you're going to feel so much better and so much brighter and so much clearer and freer and lighter. And so, as always, I think the best thing to do is to experience it. And so, when you're ready, close your eyes and feel the muscles around your eyes relaxing as you breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude, feeling a column of light pouring down through you from source, from the beginning, from love. And just feeling yourself lifted and held and aligned by this love. Know that this love will also help to transmute and transform. And I'm going to activate some natural alchemy geometry that is in all of our auras. And just have an experience. See if you can feel this activation happening. Sometimes when it is being done, it can already trigger emotions and feelings. And again, that's a good thing. The beauty of alchemy is everything comes up to be healed, and everything is valued and everything belongs. You don't have to let go of anything other than holding it in the fixed vibration that it is in. But your ego doesn't have to feel scared of letting go of these ideas, because they're not going anywhere, they're just being transformed. The energy is just moving and shifting and transforming. And now that you are activated, and all that was literally to help your aura remember its natural alchemy. Feel your aura filling with silver light, which is the light of alchemy. And you can really feel Gaia's love, Mother Earth's love, coming into your aura and assisting as well. And let your heart lead this. So bring up all that you are feeling personally. Maybe you're feeling scared. Bring up all of that fear energy into your aura. All of that fear. And you can bring up the historical fear, because we have a lot of historical evidence that we should be scared of leaders like Trump, of their politics and their brash statements. A lot of people are comparing this time to the 1930s, and that triggers a lot of fear. So bring up that fear. Allow yourself permission to feel it, to express it. Feel the actual energy of it, the heat of it. Maybe you're really, really worried about your family. Bring that up. We're going to transmute it. We're going to release it from you. There is no point in you carrying it. There is no point in you vibrating with it. It's not going to help you. And you can bring up any resistance. Maybe you're scared this isn't going to work. Maybe you're scared if you let go of it, you won't be active. You won't do anything. So bring up all of the resistance and just let it come up and out of you. See where it is coming from in your body. See which chakras it is coming from. And maybe there's disappointment. I'm feeling disappointment energy coming up now. Like a real heaviness. Some of us have been working very, very hard. And it feels like we've taken 300 years steps back. And so instead of moving forward, so you can bring up all of that frustration and disappointment and sadness and hopelessness. Hopelessness is a really important one to start healing and start clearing. It is time for us to stop feeling that we are at the mercy of those people that are in charge. And so bring up all of your hopeless energy and really let it flood into your aura. And some of you might be feeling like you're crying. Let the tears fall. Let your body move. Really allow yourself to feel it and express it and know it and witness it. Because if you don't witness it, it can't come out of you. And maybe you're feeling loads of anger. So bring up all of the anger you are feeling. Maybe you are feeling pure hate. It's okay to admit that. It's okay to admit that you have these shadow feelings. Maybe you're feeling anger towards the people that voted him in. Maybe you're feeling hate towards him. Maybe you're feeling desperate or depressed. Just bring it all up. You've probably got more than one feeling. I have so many feelings about this, good and bad, and bring up the good ones too. You might as well convert it all into prana, all into energy. And maybe you're feeling the deep rumblings of what has been suppressed within you. And a deep anger just towards your human tribe. And really bringing all of this energy up, all of this emotion up, just letting it come out. It's energy. It's energy that's been trapped in a vibration. And so let it come out. And start to use those emotions as portals to take you deeper into your subconscious now. Where did these emotions come from? What beliefs are expressing them? And these are often beliefs, if you're feeling hopeless, this belief will often be like, see, I told you I was right. It's doom and gloom, the world's going to end. A lot of us have apocalypse belief. A lot of us have the belief that World War III is inevitable. A lot of us are also carrying deep within our consciousness ideas that are nationalistic, because this is what we were brought up on. We were brought up to support football teams, to be attached to a nation, and to fear other nations and other cultures. A lot of us don't believe that peace on earth is possible. or that protesting just doesn't work. And just bring up all of that evidence, all of that proof, all of those beliefs, all of those ideas. And go deeper, see what other wounds are there. Maybe you're seeing a member of your family that taught you something about the way the world was, because they loved you and were trying to protect you. A lot of the sexism and things that we carry comes from our parents trying to protect us, or our grandparents, or a teacher. It comes from a place of miseducated love. And so just let all of it come up and out, and see what is being triggered in you. See what shadows are being triggered within you. What hurts? What feels? What is trying desperately to be heard by you? And don't be scared of it. Just let it come up and out, because there's no point in you having it. And just feel that energy coming up. And it really feels like a fountain of energy. Once you get the ball rolling with alchemy, you really start to feel just so much pouring out of you. And if you get stuck, just say, what is this giving me? What is this political situation giving me? And when you ask that question, that's when you really start to bring up those deep, dark shadow beliefs that our consciousness doesn't want to admit that we might have. And just feel it. And it's actually coming up like a heat. It's actually coming up, it's an energy that you can feel physically moving through you, and just invite it up and going deeper and deeper and deeper. And bring up all of the guilt and the shame that we've let the situation get to this. All of the times that we were apathetic, and bring up all of your apathy, the part of you that just doesn't want to do anything about this and wants to bury your head in the sand. Or the part of you that is scared to speak up. Because you're scared of the system. And the part of you that believes that this is just the way things is and change can't happen. And also invite up all of your beliefs around the cult of celebrity. My gosh, a reality TV star has just become president. How much energy are we putting towards reality TV and the media circus for that to happen? And bring up all of your grief about the loss, about all of the hard work and things that have been lost. And let more and more of it come. I like to encourage with alchemy that you let abstract things come as well, because our subconscious is really abstract. And sometimes there are no words for the emotions and beliefs that are there. They're just our expressions of tightness. And bring up the part of you that feels that you are small. That you don't count. That you don't matter. Bring up all of that energy. And more fear is coming up, so let it come up. You're doing really, really, really well. Just let all of this energy come out of you. See what's in your consciousness from the 1930s. And also, on a really deep level, see what's what benefits there are for there being bad guys. We get a lot from us and them, a lot of our sense of goodness and morality from having an us and them reality. And so bring that up, all of that us and them energy, and bring up all of your blame and your hate and your judgment, really bringing up your judgment now. Look at all of us judging. And bring up all of your judgment of yourself, your judgment of others, your fear of judgment, your fear of getting it wrong, and your energy of not knowing what to do. And bring that up. And whatever else wants to come up, excuse my burp, alchemy makes you burp. And whatever else wants to come up, just bring it all up. It's more anger coming. Unreal hate energy. And underneath hate is fear. And underneath hate is suppression and disempowerment. So bring all of those up. And your aura will be starting to get really, really heavy. And there's a clearing coming out of your throat chakras now. So just let that contracted energy that is the suppressed voice, that is warped freedom of speech, that is warped democracy, come out of your throat chakra. And you will start to feel that there's actually more space being created in your subconscious, because you've brought all of this energy from your subconscious and from your emotional body. And you can start to fill that space with source light. As you start to feel this silver alchemy light in your aura begin to spin your aura. To spin your aura with the ancient energy of the earth, with the alchemy energy of the earth. And really, as your aura is spinning, notice how much light and energy has been trapped in these feelings and beliefs. How much of your energy has been suppressed and squeezed into these beliefs and into these emotions. How much energy is all of that hate and fear and anger holding? And as you honor the energy, as you witness the energy, the alchemy process starts to bubble, starts to convert all of this old energy back to prana. So it is released from its form. So it's released from its vibrational state. And the excess energy, especially the emotional energy, releases pretty easily. And so you will start to feel all of that energy in your aura become pranic. And your aura is forced to expand because prana is bigger than trapped vibrational energy. And so it starts to expand. And there's still some energy coming out of your heart. And keep breathing, keep letting it out, letting it go, surrendering to it, letting the energy go into this alchemy process that your aura just knows how to do. And with the bigger blocks, with the bigger beliefs. That feels like little explosions, like fireworks, starting to burst through your consciousness, through the heaviness, breaking them open. So you feel Gaia, the Great Mother, assisting you. She wants us to become alchemists so we can change not just the political reality, the environmental reality, which is really what this is all about. And bring up the fact that all of this media, all of this politics is a distraction from what we actually need to do, which is sort out our relationship with Mother Earth, with the environment. Oh, lots of guilt energy coming up there. But trust that the process is happening. I am feeling all of you, I'm tuning into all of you. I can feel that this is working. I'm feeling it exploding. And we're really getting to the core of these things now. And you can feel them start to shake and vibrate and explode into prana in your aura, feeling your aura expanding, expanding. It's almost like lightening energy is happening in your energy body now. Your energy body is really charging up with the alchemy. It's like source energy is flashing through, like bolts of lightning, helping to break open the biggest blocks, the biggest stories, the biggest beliefs. All you have to do is let that energy go. Let those beliefs go. Let that energy that you don't even believe in your consciousness release from your identity, release from your subconscious. I'm feeling it exploding more and more, and your aura will start to be feeling supercharged. Let it expand as all of this pranic energy pours out of you into your aura. One more big explosion. And with alchemy, you really know when you're done because you feel so much better. So you suddenly feel calm and free and light. And maybe there's some little bits that just need to be stirred into this alchemy process. But notice how you are feeling better and how your aura is just flooded with energy. And how your subconscious is spacious. And like I said, when you do this on your own, you know, you feel it. There's some energy behind your head, so just invite that alchemy to move through into your throat chakras and your heart chakras, down. And now feel the violet flame coming in. So alchemy is yin. Feel the violet flame, which is yang, masculine, just moving through your aura, through your subconscious, spiraling through your physical body, just clearing out and transmuting into light any spare energy that's not of service to you. And some of you are still a bit blocked in your throat, so invite the silver, alchemy, or the violet flame into your throat. And when the violet flame is done its clearing, then invite a golden rain shower of light to wash through your aura, cleansing out any energy that doesn't belong to you, that's collective, that does not serve you, and let all of that residue energy that's been released through this process just wash out of the bottom of your aura and into the earth. And you know, the beautiful thing is what is waste to us is nutrients for the earth. So feel Mother Earth just drinking all of that nutrients, all of that energy from all of these ancient political beliefs. And now you feel a brilliant white source light flashing through you. And it's also flashing through the timeline portal in Japan, which is where I am. And as it flashes through, any timelines that are not of service just crumble, just turn to ash and fall. So that we are released on a collective level. And you might feel a little bit shaky because your energy shifted so much. But just notice if you feel better, if you feel lighter. And if you don't, just keep inviting the process until you feel clear. But I'm feeling that you're all pretty much done. Any little parts that feel a bit stiff or heavy, you just invite that silver light to shine into them and transform them into prana. And now with all this prana, you can decide what to do with it. So you can keep it in your aura to energize and raise your vibration. And you can then turn it into what it is that you want to manifest, because it's manifesting energy. So you can turn it in to peace, to the experience, the vibrational experience of world peace, or world equality, or world freedom. But you can also turn it in to light, if you want more light, or clarity. Or you can send it to energize your areas of your life, or the collective. Send it to the women marching if you're not able to march. Send it to your children, to the future. Or like I said, keep it and just let it expand your aura. Maybe you just want life force energy. Maybe you want to send it up to the ascension grid or down to the crystal grid. But just allow. Maybe you just want to feel like you're thriving. Maybe you want to turn it into empowerment. It really depends what belief systems were coming up for you. But often it's very, very good to turn it in to the opposite. So if you were feeling hopeless, maybe you're going to turn this into empowerment, or into hope, or into healing. And then, if you don't know what to do, turn it into love. Love is always going to be a good thing. And then we're going to close this ceremony by letting our subconscious fill with love. Letting our pasts fill with love. Maybe you're feeling a bit of grief from your past. Let that grief come up. Let it become alchemized. Grief is letting go. It's a really good sign. And I just felt a massive pang of grief. And then send love. Send love through the hearts of every single human being. To every human being. Send love to those people that you were feeling hate and resentment and anger towards. Send love to the people that oppressed you. Send love to Trump. Send love around the world, heart to heart. Send love to the earth. Send love to source. Because it is through love that we can evolve. And we don't know what is happening on a higher dimensional soul level. We don't know who's in service to us, but I believe that we're all in service to evolution, regardless of if we're playing the role of shadows and triggers or And I will end by sharing a message that Mother Earth gave to me. I'm a channel, and she said, I'm not ascending without all of my children. So you better make sure everybody's awake, because then we're not going anywhere. So send love to everyone, because we're all the planet's children. And she's not going to abandon any of them. She wants us all to learn together and heal together. And love is maybe the ultimate alchemist. And if you feel like you can't send love, then there's another trigger, and there's another shadow, and there's another thing to do an alchemy ceremony on. What's the emotion under that? What's underneath that emotion? But this type of energetic activism is going to support the revolution and the activism that we're seeing out in the world. I cannot express to you how much this work has changed my life personally, so I know that as we do it collectively, it's going to create huge waves of transformation. Because we are working, when we work with alchemy, we are working with the transformation that is the transformation of the earth. We are working with the earth herself. We are working with her as a temple of alchemy. And if we want to change the third dimension, if we want to change the physical reality, we have to work with the transformation tools that change the physical things. We can't just work with the light tools. We have to work with what changes the physical reality, which is alchemy. And it's so powerful, and it works so well. So please use it on your life, and please keep using it every time you're triggered by the media, every time you feel that flash of fear or dread or worry or panic, rather than just being victim. Be empowered with your triggers. Work with the shadow that is coming up within you, and use it as part of your light work, healing and activism. I really felt tonight's ceremony. It was so powerful. Thank you. It's tonight in Japan, by the way. Happy morning, UK. Thank you so much, those of you that listen live. If you have any questions, please feel free to post and ask. If you felt that this was powerful, then please feel free to share it. I want it to reach as many people as possible, because I really believe in it. And so much light, and so many blessings, and so much love to you. And viva la revolution. It's viva la evolution. It is very, very exciting. Mwah. So much love.